Hello and welcome back to Casual Solo, your least favorite podcast. Today is a normal day, so I'm just going to talk about random stuff.
Welcome to your first day on the job.
This video is going to come out,
This is your very
pull it up on the
autopilot
calendar,
shift, where you
on
will
the
leave and sleep
17th.
for the duration of your contract.
So, if you're watching after the 17th, I'm no longer home. So I might schedule a couple of casual solos ahead of time for that period of time because I will be out. I did do that a while ago when I was unable to post, so I guess watch out for those. This will probably be pre-recorded. We'll see. We'll see how it shapes up. Today is offense. Offense is the same as it's always been. If I go straight for one entrance like this, it's fine because I can check the other entrance when I come back to fire. And if I get attacked by a bunch of enemies, then whatever. Then I don't know if I would benefit that much from checking it anyway. Point being, it's not a huge deal. I didn't think up any crazy topics to talk about today. I guess I can kind of let that trend die, maybe. I think it was more of a one-off thing. But there is one thing that I would like to talk about, and that is microphone quality. So, right now I'm using just a very basic mic that's also very easy for me to use. And I think the quality might be significantly lower. So what you can do for me, I mean, I'd love it if you do it because I've already looked at it and I'm not entirely sure if I can tell a difference. If you go to my Learning Mario Kart World video from scratch, the second one, Crown City, I use a bit of a mix of this microphone and a different one. And I want you to tell, or comment maybe, if the audio here sounds better or worse than the one in that video. And if it sounds better, maybe I'll try and figure out a way to get the other microphone to be nice to record with. It can be kind of a pain in the butt. Anyway, so if you have the free time or you want to, go check that out. It's also quite a nice video. I do put quite a bit of effort into those videos. A lot more than these, that's for sure. So if you're looking for something to watch those, please. It would validate my the time I spent in. Anyway, so maybe I'll switch to the other microphone. The other microphone's a lot harder to get to record because it's just so low. I kind of hold the thing. It's kind of ridiculous. So it's sat on my desk. It just sits there. And when I was recording lines for that video using it, I essentially just leaned down and held it in one hand and kind of lifted it up, and it was really annoying. But if it does sound significantly better, I will start recording with it. Anyway, let me see if I can think of anything else to talk about while I'm here. I guess by the time this video's out, you'll have seen the, maybe I'll have made the Whistle Stop Summit for video in that same series. But right now I'm in the middle of learning the track, and it's a bit difficult. Yeah, it's certainly, I'm not sure yet. I don't know how hard it is. It seems difficult. I've learned to do pretty much every shortcut. I just can't do them consistently yet. That's not the game you're watching though, and I don't know why I'm talking about it now. Sorry, let me see if I can think of something else to talk about. Oh yes, new offense. I believe I've mentioned it once before, and I think just very barely at the end of a previous casual solo video, I was talking about how instead of reworking moons like March got, Adamant's kind of got multiple times almost. Mostly for bigger ones like March, and if you've seen the Patreon post on Zeekerss Patreon, offense will also maybe be getting pretty much guaranteed to get a outside rework. I wish instead of doing that, outside reworks of moons like offense, that he would just add new moons. I talked about it a little bit. Offense doesn't look bad. March didn't look bad. I mean, they could use visual touch-ups, obviously. They looked They look significantly worse than most of the other moons. But still, without... I don't know how to phrase this best. But when you're not updating the game for like a year at a time, like it's years a year in between updates practically, then instead of reworking moons, like offense has looked this way since for 3 years. Like it doesn't need the change as desperately as we as a collective need new stuff to do. Sure, buffing offense and making it a viable moon is an amazing change, and I love to see it, and I wish he would do that on the side, but that's literally just a numbers tweak. All you have to do is change some numbers. And an entire rework of a moon like this just feels like you could have put some of that work into liquidation. And, which, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if any newer players have no idea what I'm talking about. Liquidation was a moon that was in the game files almost, I think it was almost 2 years now, 2 years ago, and he has not finished it yet, or even like really talking about much. He might have even abandoned it. I don't know, but I feel like rather than reworking moons that have existed in their current state for years and years without causing issues, no one's going out and saying, oh my god, offense looks so ugly, we need a rework now. There's so many moons in this game, it's kind of map bloat. You could add this new version of offense as a new moon. It would give some way to have like almost a hybrid tier 3 moon. It could be a really cool paid but cheap moon, kind of like Embryon is, except not Embryon because Embryon is designed to suck. And that would also fix an issue of every moon feeling like it needs to be good. Part of the way, or reason, like there are a couple of moons in this game. I'm just going to start over. There are a couple of moons in this game, namely Experimentation and Embryon, that are not designed to be good. They're designed for a different purpose. Embryon exists either to introduce the old birds, to screw around, to be a kind of unique lore area that's more atmospheric than viable. And Experimentation exists to teach the player game mechanics in a much more normal space. And I feel like not every moon has to be... Okay, I should probably talk about that. Yeah, I just fat fingered the side key. It's not a big deal. Anyway, every moon doesn't have to be viable, but more moons feel like they need to be viable when there's less of them in the game. When there's only, 6 tier 1 moons, and it's only been 6 tier 1 moons for the last 2 years, it feels like at least some of them should be viable. Like, you want all of them to be viable because there's 6 of them. But if there was maybe 9, then who cares if Experimentation and Vow and whatever else are all terrible or not on the same level as some other moons? When you could have multiple choices, and the more choices he adds, the more nuanced it is to figure out the meta. I remember when V80 came out and Adamants got completely gutted, and it was only like a week or so before we figured out the new best strategy. And I think if we had more moons and we could have more that are both atmospheric and interesting while taking up a similar amount of work and providing more variety within the meta, I just don't see the appeal of so many reworks. It feels like he's left the game, or he hasn't updated the game in so long that he feels the need to rework it because it's such an old project that he doesn't do work on. And in doing the reworks, he's both raising the standard for what he has to do in future with updates, while simultaneously denying us new content for this old game. Of course, there's the important discussion, as always. He is a creator, he can create what he wants. So don't go after him for anything he does, obviously, but if you do want to update the game, I feel like a better use of your time and your work would be to put it into new content, which is what he's doing with the creatures update, I guess. But that and the cinematic camera, I mean, I'm gonna love the cinematic camera because whenever, I guess we'll see about that, but whenever, if I ever play with someone again, they do something stupid or I get a clip, I don't have to worry about ever using my own camera to catch it. But that's more of a nitpick, whatever. I feel like a lot of the stuff he's doing is not content focused. I don't know. I'm not formulating thoughts right now. I guess I'm not very good at just talking. Well, I'm good at just talking, but I'm not very good at making sense while I do it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you around. I hope this wasn't too awful. Sorry, I'm gonna turn up the camera or the mic now.